Alright, welcome back to part 2, molar conversions, all types. Alright, so let's look at example 3. How many formula units are equal to 78.35 grams of KMNO4? Alright, so this is going to be exactly the same type of problem as we did with example 1. So it's going to be finding the gram formula mass first of KMNO4. So it's 39.1 plus Mn, which is 54.94, plus 4 times 16. That gives you a gram formula mass of what? Alright, so it's 158.04 grams per mole. Alright, now one other thing, whenever you're working on your test or an assessment or something like that, if it's multiple choice, you need to make sure that you always round these numbers to 2 decimal places, because whoever is making up the test is going to be rounding their numbers to 2 decimal places. Alright, now it's going to change depending on which chart you're using. Some periodic tables with elements with different masses, and that's okay. The numbers that we give you for a multiple choice test are going, or the answer choices that we give you for a multiple choice test are going to be different enough to where even if you have a slight difference, it's not going to throw you off that much. But on a free response workout type test, you need to make sure that you are within pretty close to the answers that we're getting here. If you're not, that means you're probably doing something wrong. You need to go back through and look at it. Alright, so now that we have that, we're looking at 78.35 grams KMNO4. Now, how many spaces are we going to have for this one? 3. Well, okay, sorry. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 2 vertical lines. Alright, so we're going through 3 steps. What's going to go down here? What unit, at least, is going to go down here, guys? Grams of KMNO4. What unit is going to go up here? Mole KMNO4. Alright, so what number goes up on top? 1. What number goes on bottom? In general, what number goes on bottom? The molar mass. And that's 158.04. Okay? Then, over here, what do we have? In order for my units to cancel out, what should I get? 1 mole. Down at the bottom, guys. KMNO4. And then up top, what do we get, guys? 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. And we're going to put this as units. Alright. So multiply those numbers across, divide the number at the bottom. Guys, in case you were curious, this part right here should have been a 1. Sorry, my pen dragged. Alright. Alright, so the answer ends up being 2.9844 times 10 to the 23rd. So we need to round this to how many sig figs, guys? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Underline, circle. This number is less than 5, so what does that mean? Stays the same. 2.984 times 10 to the 23rd. Units. KMNO4. So, like I was saying, on a multiple choice test, if you came up with, let's say, 2.983 times 10 to the 23rd in your calculator, just go ahead and pick 2.984. We're not going to do anything that bad to you or that mean to you where we're going to make it so difficult to figure out, because we have to account for rounding errors inside of your stuff. So what we will most likely end up doing is we will do the problem wrong several different ways. Like we would multiply this number on top, the 158. That would be an answer choice. This number would go on bottom, so we'd multiply these 2 numbers together right here and divide by 6.02. So those are the kind of answer choices that we'll probably end up giving you to see if you're really kind of paying attention. Alright, so example 4. This one's the exact opposite of what we've been doing, okay? So this time we're starting off with 5.23 times 10 to the 21st units of AU2 SO43. Anybody want to take a guess at what that is? Gold, what version of gold is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Gold 3. So this would be gold 3 sulfate. Good job. Okay. So right here we're starting off with units. I'm going to go back to our molar roadmap. Okay, over here we're starting on this side. So that means that we need to go back this way and back this way in order to get 2 grams, because that's what it's asking us to find. So it's 1 mole divided by 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. So 1 mole times, divided by 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and that's Au2 SO4 3, Au2 SO4 3, and then one more line in there, and now we're going to put 1 mole of Au2 SO4 3, and on top we're going to put our molar mass of Au2 SO4 3. Alright, so while I had it paused, the formula for, the molar mass of gold sulfate is 682.15. So now, here's what's going to happen. You're either going to get a really, really small answer, or you're going to get a really, really large answer, or you're going to get the right answer. Okay? Now, here's what's going to make the difference. In your calculator, this right here is what's going to screw up most people, and that's because you don't do it properly. Some people are going to put in their calculator 5.23 times 10 caret sign 21 divided by 6.02 times 10 caret sign 23. If you do that, most likely your answer, if I remember it correctly, will be somewhere to the times 10 raised to the 43. That's obviously way too freaking big. If you get something that big, that means you messed up. Okay? This is bordering on half of the known mass of the entire universe. And you're saying that that isn't a sample of this stuff. Alright? Doesn't exactly work out that way. Sorry to tell you that. So make sure you're always checking for that. So what do you do different? That's a great question. What you do different is instead you do 5.23. You're going to put a second comma sign, and that's going to give you this button, or this symbol that looks like an E. Then you're going to put 21. Multiply that by 689.15, and then divide all that by 6.02 E to the 23rd. You do that, you'll get the right answer, which is what, guys? Alright, so the answer ends up being 5.926. And we need to round to 3 sig figs. So the answer is 5.93, and that's it. And it's going to be grams, Au2, SO4, parentheses, 3. And that's it. Okay, so that's how you do example 4. If you need more examples, you can go ahead and put a message down below the video, and I'll see that. And so, yeah. Anyway, have a good day, and I hope this helps.